Hello people and welcome to my house. This is the first video blog that I've done on perfecting the virtual classroom. My name is Dwayne Simpson or William Simpson depending on how you've been introduced to me. And I don't really feel like typing right now. I've had my second consecutive 12 or more hour day at work trying to get this new rollout for the iPads this year. So I decided to do a video blog tonight and just talk. I got my phone in front of me because there are going to be some pictures attached to this blog. And I just wanted to kind of talk about the pictures real quick. So I have just to look at them while I'm talking to you. Some of the things that I've had to do this week are create new iTunes accounts. We actually had about 10 iTunes accounts in our building, but the iTunes accounts have to be tied into email addresses for the school, and IT department and the schools and Apple aren't always on the same page. So as time goes on, a lot of things don't work correctly. It's very important at the start of the year that you give your staff a sense of security. They have to really feel like you know what you're doing, and they have to really feel like everything is running smoothly. Things are going to go wrong, problems are going to come up, but you can't start off like that. So one thing that I've been doing over the past few days, I got 3 MacBooks. Those 3 MacBooks are going to supervise all of the iPads for my entire building. One of them is going to be 6th grade, one is going to be 7th grade, one is going to be 8th grade. I've created iTunes accounts for each one. I've updated each one to Mountain Lion iOS X. I think we're on 10.85 now. Each MacBook was clean, so I don't have anything to debug later on. I made a backup for each different grade level. So there's a 6th grade iPad backup, a 7th grade iPad backup, and an 8th grade iPad backup. I think I did a good job of creating logos for every team so that the cover of our iPads looks very professional. A lot of times people get hung up on, I'm worried about the content, not the aesthetics, or I'm worried about the aesthetics and not the content. Both are equally important. The aesthetics are going to be what set people's mood when they're trying to work, when they're trying to decide how professional they feel, and the content is going to decide how well they're able to do. So I've been working on that. We've got just over 1,000 iPads. I've had to unsupervise a lot of them. By the end of the day tomorrow, hopefully all of them will be unsupervised. And also by Friday, I hope to have all of the 8th grade iPads, which is approximately 440. I hope to have all of them in their cart, serial number charts made up, ready to go so that the teachers can attach names to the iPads and start handing them out. Setting up the carts can be a big pain in the butt. If you've worked with an iPad school or iPad environment, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But tomorrow I'll have one of my 11-man team to help me out all day. So we'll see how much we can get through. I also bought a USB hub that will connect 4 carts to my computer. Good and bad. On one side, it's a great thing because now I can connect up to 120, actually up to 150 iPads up to one computer at one time. However, that doesn't change the speed with which the computer is pushing out information. So I have to be very careful about how much I'm trying to load onto a group so I don't overload or underload. Because either way, an Apple product, if it feels like it's getting too much or too little, it'll shut down. Naming the iPads, I'm going to really leave that on to the teachers. One of my testing, well, not one of, my testing coordinator for the building is helping me out by downloading CSV files for all the teachers. So instead of every teacher sitting down and typing in the names of their student roster, which I don't really think is a hard job at all, but instead of them having to do that, he's going to go ahead and give me the CSV files. So if they want, I can just cut and paste my list into the master document and then tell them who to assign the iPads to. And their names will be on the cover of them anyway. The rest, that is the real informative picture. That's a picture of, that I was looking at, was a picture of my whiteboard on my wall that I use to make my checklist every day or every couple of days, all the things I need to do. I had a picture of my office that just shows my new three main computers that's going to be running everything. I took a picture to show one of my coworkers, actually the lady who I took over this position after she got promoted, to show her that I've labeled each one of my MacBooks because a lot of times we'd have trouble when you got 150 white identical MacBooks around the building trying to find the one that you're looking for. So I labeled my 3 in several different ways. One of them will be on a picture attached to this. I have a picture that shows how I put all the logos together for my school. This is particularly the cover or the wallpaper for the 8th grade supervising laptop or MacBook, but you'll be able to tell the designs and how it's similar for each one. And that's pretty much it for right now. So I got to get some rest. It's getting very late, but I really wanted to blog. I hadn't blogged in a while. And once I get this uploaded, I'll be going to sleep. Tomorrow, extremely long day, probably the same Friday, and I got grad school work to finish as well. But I will definitely be back with you by Sunday at the latest to give you an update on what's going on in my world. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Hope this was informative, possibly even entertaining to you tech geeks like me. See you later.